Hi there. I'm a house. You might have already guessed, but I'm an unoccupied house. All alone, just sitting here, just as I have been for what seems like literally forever. Really, I am so bored. Oh yeah, and I'm for sale. You don't happen to be looking for a cute little bungalow, are ya? Okay, sure. I'm a bit of a fixer-upper, but I just need a little TLC. Hey, what's that? Wait a sec. Hey. Shh. Hold on. Maybe. Oh, come on. Okay, look, I'll admit, I was desperate for a while. I started thinking maybe that I'd never sell. I got jealous of all the new occupied houses that surrounded me. Living the life full of people, cats, dogs, the occasional iguana. Anyway, I was in a bad place for a while, emotionally fragile, so I decided to take a proactive approach. I realized that I really didn't have a clue about how a person, a couple, a family, how anyone would come to own me. I made a point to learn all about mortgages and the process of obtaining one, of obtaining me. But now I become a bit of an expert, honestly. For example, let's say that family that dropped by a little bit ago and then left, rats. But what if they had a change of heart? Let's say they did want to buy me after all. Oh man, and they were ViStar credit union members too. I've heard a ton of super good things about ViStar. Just from casually eavesdropping on my neighbors. The ones in their occupied houses. Anyway, if that family were interested in purchasing me, they would first need to get with a loan originator. That would be either a ViStar Mortgage Loan Officer, MLO, or a ViStar Home Loan Advisor, HLA. Both can originate loans. There are a few distinctions between them, but you'll learn about that a little later. So this family, their name is the Solanders, by the way. I love that name. They would reach out to the MLO or the HLA by visiting their local ViStar branch, applying online to ViStar's awesome website, or even calling over the phone to make an appointment. ViStar Mortgage Loan Officers and Home Loan Advisors are mortgage specialists. They use credit, financial, and employment information to see if a member qualifies for a mortgage. If all requirements are met, then the ViStar Mortgage Loan Officer or Home Loan Advisor comes up with the mortgage financing options that match the member's financial needs. Options that include fixed-rate mortgage loans, adjustable-rate mortgage loans, also known as ARMs, FHA and VA loans, land loans, and jumbo fixed-rate mortgage loans. The loan originator, whether a mortgage loan officer or a home loan advisor, these guys or gals, these home mortgage department roles are just the first of a handful of professionals that ViStar members have working on their behalf along the way to home ownership. The MLO or HLA, well, they conduct an interview with the member and they build a relationship with the home-hungry member. While other roles like the Process Coordinator 1 and Process Coordinator 2, they work more behind the scenes, diligently and efficiently gathering, ordering, and updating all of the documents required for the loan to move smoothly through the process. There are a lot of moving parts, a lot of documentation, and a lot of very detailed steps that must get done thoroughly and accurately, mind you, to keep the loan sailing smoothly through the mortgage loan process. Some other ViStar employees who have a role in moving a member's loan through the mortgage loan process include the loan processor, underwriter, closer, the post-closing and quality assurance individuals, and lastly, the ViStar Loan Servicing Team. Every role in the process is important and valued, and each makes their primary objective to get their part of the process done right, at the right time, the right way. Okay, so where were we? That's right. Okay, so after the MLO and the HLA provides financing options to the member, they take a complete and accurate loan application. This information is then passed to the disclosure team to provide the initial disclosures, which have to be sent out within 3 days. The next thing to happen is that what is called the intent to proceed, pretty darn crucial step, will be obtained from the borrower. The needed verifications, like proof of income, proof of assets, insurance, etc., are, well, they're verified. Also, the third-party documents are obtained. Things like appraisals, titles, updated flood insurance, request payoffs, etc. The next big milestone is handled by the ViStar loan processor. In a nutshell, their job is to, well, you probably guessed it, process. By that, I mean the loan processor prepares the member's mortgage loan information and application for presentation to the underwriter, who I will tell you a little about later. Let's say that any of the prior steps had been skipped or mishandled. Well, that would hold up the process and send it back to the missing link, if you know what I mean. Ooh. But since my dream family, the Solanders, are ViStar members, I just know that everything is going to be A-OK. But if anything is still needed, the ViStar loan team gathers any missing documents from the potential buyer, including documents about income, employment, monthly bills, the amount of money the person has in the bank, etc. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt. Okay, well, that's a poor analogy, but I do love me a good scavenger hunt. They do gather a whole lot of information, though. The ViStar loan team will review this information to confirm the identity of the borrower and to confirm that the borrower's reported income is accurate. It makes sense, really. The ViStar loan team needs to determine that the borrower will be able to pay the mortgage over the term of the loan. They must make sure that all proper documentation is included, that all numbers are calculated correctly and double, even triple checked, and even ensure that everything is stacked in the proper order. It's kind of a big deal, you know? The old saying goes that buying a house is towards the top of life's biggest stressors. At this point, I recommend a little goat yoga. After the ViStar loan team takes an oh-so-ever small break, a real estate appraiser and typically a home inspector do their respective things for the home buyer. Incidentally, this part of the process is where deep breathing exercises, meditation, and again, a little goat yoga are often necessary. Okay, so I've told you about the ViStar loan team and their respective roles in the home buying process. The loan team consisting of the originator, the MLO or HLA, process coordinator 1 and 2, loan processor, and who am I leaving out? Oh, right, the ViStar mortgage underwriter. Yeah, the mortgage underwriter evaluates the loan application to ensure that the loan meets investor guidelines. Meeting those guidelines is super important, critical actually. So if everything is stellar, the ViStar mortgage underwriter then grants a lending decision based on the applicant's employment history, credit history, assets, debts, and other factors. I haven't mentioned this yet, but you know, the home inspector did find a few minor things with my current state that she found to be, well, problematic. But hey, rest assured, all those problems, merely flesh wounds, if you will, they are getting fixed right now. And as soon as they are fixed and I pass inspection, the ViStar mortgage underwriter will step up and start things rolling along again, ensuring and validating that all of the information provided by the by the buyer, is 100% accurate. I might have mentioned it before, but ViStar mortgage underwriters are very thorough, dedicated, and accurate individuals. Hey, listen to this! Remember that family I mentioned earlier? You know, the Solanders family? Well, much to my delight, they bought me! While I was relaxing, ViStar's mortgage underwriter was working to get their loan application approved. You see, like I mentioned before, it's a mortgage underwriter's job to evaluate all the information provided by a buyer. During the validation process, it is possible that additional questions or documentation requirements may come up. That would be a bummer, but it does happen. The Solanders, thankfully, satisfied all of the conditions or requests issued by the ViStar underwriter, which allowed her to make the final decision on the loan. Any conditions, as they are called, must be cleared before a loan is approved. For example, in an alternate reality, the Solanders might have had to verify employment information or maybe provide explanation letters regarding previous late payments on other loans. Once all those conditions are cleared, ViStar issues a closing disclosure. After issuing the closing disclosure, the loan closing can then be scheduled between the ViStar member and the closing agent. From there, ViStar's post-closing and quality assurance mortgage team members review the neatly organized and stacked closing documentation packages and ensure the integrity and accuracy of the signed documents. They follow up on the final title policy and recorded mortgage that ensures that ViStar has a valid recorded lien. But that's all in the past. The Solanders completed the process and I am now an occupied house. I'm punch drunk just watching them move in, bringing all their cool stuff. Hey, they've got pretty good taste. Look at, there's a home sweet home wall ornament. This is just so awesome. Anyway, they are indeed making me their very own home sweet home. Hey, that's not an iguana, is it? Wait, a snake? Oh, one last thing. ViStar's servicing department will maintain the escrow analysis, tax, and insurance reporting, and will monitor ARM adjustments for the Solanders loan. What a great day to be a home. That is, an occupied home.